Hello and welcome to IoT Builders, a live stream where we discuss a range of topics on the Internet of Things, starting from embedded devices to cloud services, all from the IoT Builder perspective. Today is July 26th, and this is episode 38 of our weekly live stream. My name is Nenad. I'm a senior developer advocate for IoT at AWS. And in this episode, we will cover topics related to Amazon Sidewalk and the hardware that goes with it. And joining me to discuss this topic is Fritz. He's a director business development from Silicon Labs. So let me add him to the stream. Hi, Fritz. How's it going?
Good, thanks. And Nanad, thank you very much for having me on. And thank you to the AWS team for the opportunity to join this latest episode of IoT Builder workstream.
Yeah, sure. This is an interesting topic nevertheless. So I hope we have a lot to talk about. But before we start jumping into this topic, maybe you can introduce yourself. So for the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you said, my name's Fritz Werder. I'm part of what's called our ecosystems team within Silicon Labs. And my main responsibilities are really to facilitate all of our silicon partnerships with, in this case, all parts of Amazon. The team more broadly works with other disruptors, but my role is really working with Amazon. This includes Amazon Sidewalk engagement, which we're going to discuss today. I also work with the Alexa team on things like Matter, AWS IoT with cloud enablement, and then several of Amazon's own first-party device brands. In addition to kind of that day job, I also volunteer on the Connectivity Standards Alliance board of directors and work with other industry leaders on driving Matter and Zigbee forward in the industry. And then prior to joining Silicon Labs, I was head of North America for Tuya, which is an IoT platform, a SaaS provider. And then I was there about 3 years. And then prior to that, I was almost 18 years at Legrand, the global wiring device company. And my teams there worked on many different areas of smart home system solutions over the years. So I've kind of been in all parts of the IoT industry, from edge devices to cloud and app to now the semiconductor space.
Excellent. It's a good to have kind of that broad view. Yeah. So we will have some probably questions afterwards to kind of see the future. But let's start with the with the simple one. So what is Amazon Sidewalk, and then how does Silabs work with Amazon Sidewalk? So maybe let's start with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So Amazon Sidewalk is a new, it launched earlier this year at the end of March to all developers. It's a free to connect, secure shared neighborhood network from Amazon. And it's really the purpose is meant to make IoT devices work better in the home, beyond the front door, and really even into neighborhoods. And there's a ton of value that it provides to device makers and developers. So this includes things like extending the range of devices, allowing devices to automatically connect without having to enter network credentials and so forth. So more seamless configuration and setup. It removes the need for a proprietary gateway in the case of sub-gigahertz. So you don't have to have that cost of developing and maintaining a separate bridge or a separate gateway to the network. It also delivers connectivity into spaces where traditionally they could be hard to reach. So think of things like basements, or again, rooftops, garages, in the front yard. And then lastly, it's a really great alternative, or free alternative actually, to transport data to the cloud. Once it gets to the cloud within AWS, there's obviously a lot of services that are available through AWS, but it's versus cellular, it's a great alternative to transport data. It can also, bridge the gap during transitions of new home construction to between sellers, to allow the device to maintain connections even when there's not a Wi-Fi network present. So it really, Amazon Sidewalk contains a number of different technology components. So there's a protocol stack, an application layer, and then
Mm-hmm.
standard physical layers of connectivity, which include Bluetooth Low Energy and then two different sub-gigahertz protocols, FSK as well as CSS, which is LoRa with a different application layer on top of it. So two different sub-gigahertz plus BLE make up those
Yeah.
standard physical layers. And then the network itself is provided through a series of Amazon Bridge devices that have been shipping and that are out into the market today in large volumes. So these include things like Echo devices, your
Mm-hmm.
Echo, the big globe, the Echo Show, those devices from 2020 and beyond, as well as a bunch of different Ring products like lighting
Yeah.
bridges, alarm base stations, floodlight cameras. And then there's also a Bridge Pro device for some of those like non-residential, non-concentrated consumer, where consumer devices aren't as concentrated. So a wide variety of network bridges that make up the Amazon Sidewalk network. And then, of course, why we're here talking is it also takes advantage of AWS as the leader in cloud storage and IoT services. So being able to take advantage of that data that's transported to the cloud.
Yeah. Yeah. In regards to this, but there are also like devices that are supposed to generate the data, and maybe you can just briefly kind of talk about like the role of Scilabs and how it's helping out customers build out those devices, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit about Silicon Labs. So we're a leader in secure, intelligent wireless technologies, really driving a more connected world. Our integrated hardware and software platform, intuitive development tools, and ecosystem solutions with robust support really make us a great long-term partner for building home life, such as medical and portable health devices, and as well as industrial and commercial. So
Mm-hmm.
we try to really make it easy for developers to solve complex wireless challenges through product lifecycle, fast time to market, innovative solutions that can transform industries, that can grow new market opportunities for our customers and really improve lives. We're 100% focused on IoT. That is all we do. So we're a fabless semiconductor company and one of Amazon Sidewalk's key scaling partners for this solution. We've been working closely with the Amazon team for several years to build out the integrated SDK,
Mm-hmm.
the robust hardware portfolio, developer tools like our IDE, Simplicity Studio. We created a step-by-step developer journey or developer guide that walks you
Oh,
from
nice.
learning through developing through mass production. We provide support for Amazon's own devices, but then also we work very closely with that team around enabling third-party device makers,
Mm-hmm.
as well as design service partners that want to create Amazon Sidewalk solutions.
No, this is excellent, especially for our audience, the IoT builders, since they would need to learn about this. As you mentioned, this is kind of a new service that came out. So if there is support from you guys, kind of for building those devices, that will help them dramatically.
Yeah.
I remember, like I was looking at this. So you guys have this kind of Silicon Labs Pro Kit for the Amazon Sidewalk. Maybe can you just briefly explain what that is and how does it work in general for, let's say, Bluetooth or sub-gigahertz wireless protocols?
Yeah, absolutely. So the what you're referring to, the Silicon Labs Pro Kit for Amazon Sidewalk, is available for purchase both through our scilabs.com or our many distribution partners.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really a way to get started in terms of evaluating and kicking off a proof of concept effort. So it provides all the necessary tools for developing high volume, scalable IoT solutions. It's designed to support the development of wireless IoT based devices with Bluetooth, as well as those sub gigahertz wireless protocols for Amazon
Nice.
Sidewalk we talked about with FSK and CSS. And it's an ideal starting point to learn about Amazon Sidewalk and again, to create your initial proof of concept.
Yeah, that's really. And what are the components of kind of this Pro Kit, if you can list them? I just want to picture this in my head, like how does it look like? And I hope yeah.
Yeah, it's a very comprehensive solution. So the Pro Kit includes what's called a KG100S radio board. So that was developed in conjunction with a partnership with Quictel.
Oh, I
It
see.
provides a complete reference design in order to support all the Bluetooth, FSK, and CSS protocols used in Amazon Sidewalk. In addition, it includes our EFR 32 BG24 radio board, so one of our Bluetooth solutions, as well as a FSK and CSS adapter board. So for customers that want to create like chip down discrete designs, they can use that adapter board to do that. The Pro Kit main board also has an onboard J-Link debugger, with packet trace interfaces and
Nice.
virtual COM port. It enables application development and debugging of those attached radio boards, as well as external hardware through an expansion header. The Silicon Labs Pro Kit also is pre-flashed with the Amazon Sidewalk image, and it's pre-registered with AWS. So you can really get that kind of full out of the box experience of what
this is excellent.
Yeah, seeing the data to the cloud, seeing the actions happen on the boards. There's a demo mobile app as well, and sample use cases that can be accessed. So you can really, see data in the app appear on the device, and there's a couple use cases, test cases for that. You can see the data going from the device and showing up on the app, so it made the journey to the cloud. And it's really exciting. And I think we're going to show just a really quick video that kind of articulates this out-of-box experience.
Oh, excellent!
For the Pro
let
Kit.
me play that. But I wanted to mention before we go into the video, it's like I remember like back in the days, the most important thing is kind of like once you have the development board, it's like, okay, how do I get from the first message, like when I do like is like, you might not have the debugger, or you do some kind of primitive debugging and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool also to see. So let me play that video. I know you kind of shared it with us. Is the audio coming in?
Not yet. Nope.
Okay, so wait, I think. So give me a second. For some reason,
we can see the video that you posted up, but not the
In
audio.
this short video, I
there
will
it is.
walk you through the Silicon Labs Pro Kit for Amazon Sidewalk. In the kit, you will find everything you need to get started with your Amazon Sidewalk development using Silicon Labs product. The first board to mention is our main board. It will allow you to connect one of the two radio boards available in the kit to a power supply or to your PC. When it comes to radio board, you have two options. The first one is the EFR32HG24B. This radio board supports the Amazon Sidewalk Bluetooth link, but it can be paired with our Sidewalk adaptation board and a third-party sub-gigahertz transceiver to support FSK and CSS links. The second option you have when starting with the Silicon Labs Pro Kit is to use the Quectel KG100S radio board. This module supports the three links available in the Amazon Sidewalk protocol: Bluetooth, FSK, and CSS. Finally, in your kit, you will find a 915 MHz antenna that can be connected to the Quectel KG100S radio board. Two prerequisites to get started with your Silicon Labs Pro kit is to have an Amazon Sidewalk network coverage. In my case, I'm using an Amazon Echo 4th generation that can deploy the network. You can also leverage a nearby Amazon Sidewalk bridge. Note that at the time of this video, Amazon Sidewalk is only supported in the United States. The second prerequisite you will need to run the demo is to have a USB Type-C cable, not included in the kit. To get started, connect one of the radio boards to the main board and attach your power supply to the main board. As soon as the kit is powered up, the application will look for an Amazon Sidewalk bridge. We'll try to connect to it. The two radio boards you have in your Silicon Labs Pro kit come pre-provisioned for Amazon Sidewalk and pre-flashed with our sample application. Those sample applications will be able to exchange messages with Silicon Labs production AWS account. As soon as the QR code appears on the LCD screen, you can use a smartphone application to read this QR code, open the link, and you will be directly sent to a web interface that will connect to your kit. So in this web interface, you have two panels, a downlink interface where you can send data from this web interface to AWS and to AWS through the Amazon Sidewalk network to your end device. So for example, we can send a text message. This text message will be displayed on the LCD screen. You can control the LED on your main board. The second panel available is the uplink panel. So in this case, you are sending messages from your end device through the Amazon Sidewalk network back up to the AWS cloud. So we have the capability to send push button state. And also on the main board, you will find a white component. This is a temperature sensor. If I put my finger on it, you will see that the temperature quickly increases. So that's the demo you are able to leverage through the Amazon Sidewalk network. And you can do also this sample application using an alternative link like FSK or CSS. For example, using the Sidewalk adaptation board and a third-party kit, you can allow this sample application to use FSK or CSS. The last alternative you have is to use the Quectel KG100S module available in the kit. First, connect the antenna to the radio board. And connect the radio board to the main board. So in the Quectel option, the QR code is directly attached to the module. So with this, you are able to do your first Amazon Sidewalk communications. And the next step for you is to open Simplicity Studio 5 and start your application development.
Nice. This is really, really cool. I really like that, as you mentioned, like all the bits and pieces are there, so you don't have to kind of like shop for anything specifically. And it's also like, I like the option to kind of have that different radios and test basically for your use cases. That's kind of like really, really important.
Yeah, it's definitely cool.
Yeah. On that note, I mean, it is it's really interesting. Like for me, the Amazon Sidewalk as a project as a whole, that it's kind of like this. It's more or less community based, where people are actually having their devices at home, and then they are kind of like letting the spreading the network. So maybe you can also talk about this kind of like the importance of the Amazon Sidewalk coverage for those IoT devices.
Yeah, for sure. So it's coverage is it's definitely one of the most important kind of initial steps for device makers to understand is this great coverage that's provided from the network. And we provide a link to Amazon's CSS coverage map through our
Hmm.
developer journey. So I don't know if you want to throw up that link to the developer journey, but we'll also restate it at the end as well. But that's at scilabs.com under ecosystems, Amazon Sidewalk, and it's the step-by-step guide for developers. And within that, we link out to Amazon's coverage map, which is coverage.sidewalk.com. And you may have seen in the news or just heard about it, but the CSS coverage is incredible with the Amazon Sidewalk network based on those millions of devices that have been
Yes.
shipping. And it includes a coverage for about 90% of the U.S. population is covered, by the Amazon Sidewalk network. And with that map, you can see the whole U.S. You can see the concentrated areas and urban populations. You can drill down to specific and zoom into specific areas near your offices to
Yes.
understand what that predicted coverage will look like. You can enter an address or a location and drill into it. So
Nice.
it's a really cool map to see the coverage, and again, very impressive. There's also a online form from Amazon to request a Amazon Sidewalk Drive test kit.
Hmm.
This is a pretty cool device. I actually have one
Oh,
myself right here.
sorry.
But you can basically throw it in your car and be able to see how the network coverage is with that CSS
Oh,
network
nice.
again, and validate what you're seeing on the coverage map. So it's like real time of
Excellent.
coverage. And when you do that, if you sign up for one of those test drive kits in the form online and create your account, then there's some additional coverage maps that you can explore once you have that account. And there's a BLE coverage map in addition
Hmm.
to the CSS coverage map. There's also one that's BLE plus CSS coverage map. So once you have an account, you have one of those test drive kits, it's a really easy way to play around and understand coverage. What I would also tell you is BLE alone and FSK, as you can imagine, provide a lower level of coverage in terms of that total
Yeah.
US
Yeah.
population,
Makes sense.
but it's still significant with all of the networks. And it's a combination, and this is important for device makers to understand. It's a combination of both the physics of each of those PHYs and what type of range they can deliver, but it's also dependent on which bridges within the Amazon Sidewalk network support each one of those PHYs, because
Hmm.
it's not all uniform where all bridges support all PHYs. So you have to really understand both of those dynamics to pick the
Yeah.
right solution for your needs.
Yeah.
But
And
coverage is
also,
huge.
yeah. Yeah. And also the devices, the type of devices, this Amazon Echo or Ring or whatever, they might not have all those files and all that stuff. So, but
Yeah.
it's as you said, yeah, it's. I think we had the session a couple of weeks back with Ben, and he was showing this map, and I was like, wow, this is like, yeah, covered at this stage. So you can imagine what will happen like in the future when people start getting those more and more in rural areas as well. So
Yeah, and we've
um,
seen some crazy, I mean, like device makers taping them to, cars and planes
yeah,
and stuff to see the coverage out in the middle of a marina or around the
nice.
coast. It's unbelievable, some of the use cases that it unlocks. So.
No, excellent. This is really cool. But that being said, like, how do the builders choose, the hardware, based on probably that coverage map as well, and based on like the requirements in general for the project. So what's the guidance there?
Yeah, absolutely. We can dig into that. So Silicon Labs, we provide a very comprehensive set of different hardware options for device makers that are looking to develop their Amazon Sidewalk end devices. For BLE, we have two different options today. One is the EFR 32BG21 and also the EFR 32BG24. And again, you can find this information in that link you shared before with the developer journey. But both of these are 2.4 gigahertz BLE radio plus MCU that include our secure vault for the maximizing the security benefit for those devices. So both of those options are available. There are some differences. The BG24, for example, also has some additional AI and ML capability. There's some increase in RAM with the BG24, as well as differences in package size. The BG24 is a QFN 48, while the BG21 is a QFN 32. So there are some differences, but both options provide great BLE options for Amazon Sidewalk. They can also be used in reference designs, as we talked about with the Pro Kit. They can be used with Semtech's, for example, their SX1262 transceiver. So you could do a BLE from those two solutions plus FSK and CSS. In addition to BLE, we are also introducing a large suite of unique FSK as well as BLE plus FSK SoCs. So stay tuned, where you're going to see in the next month or so, we're formally going to introduce a number of different offerings, but these will have numbering schemes around like an X to represent different model numbers, but then G23 and G28. And those different variations will include things like several part numbers that are sidewalk only specific FSK or BLE plus FSK, as well as the ability for a different set of OPNs to run other proprietary protocols plus Amazon Sidewalk on those same parts. And then there's even options to run Z-Wave plus Amazon Sidewalk on the same set of SoCs. So a very comprehensive BLE plus FSK set of offerings. And then today, several of those FSKs are available in our alpha program. So our either Scilab sales or our team can connect you to it. And then the last one that I would tell you is, and I mentioned it early on, we partnered with Quictel to produce really this all-encompassing Amazon Sidewalk module, the KG100S. And that module is both sold and supported through Quictel, and it includes all three physical connectivity layers. It includes our BLE BG21 that I talked about, plus the Semtech FSK and CSS through the Semtech components, all in a single Quictel module.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, if for a device maker or developer to really choose the right Amazon Sidewalk hardware, there's a couple things to keep in mind. First, you must be clear on what's your use case. So what type of device, what type of range is required for that use case? Is it really something that would be short range inside the home, medium range kind of on the perimeter of the home, or long range where it's out in the neighborhood where it may reach a mile or so from the bridge? And so understanding also different characteristics like data rates, TX, RX current, differences in max payloads. Those are all considerations. And
power
then,
consumption.
Absolutely. Power is part of that. And then we talked about it before, Nenad, but the Amazon bridges that support each PHY and the coverage, that's also part of that consideration of the right hardware. And there's a website that outlines which PHYs are supported in which Amazon bridge. So I encourage you to go out and check that out from Amazon, and of course the coverage maps that we talked about. So a lot of different considerations for choosing the right hardware for your Amazon Sidewalk project.
Yeah, I'm looking at the specification data sheet. So this is pretty interesting. It's like, okay, so all of those are Cortex M33 based kind of microcontrollers, and then they have all of this radios on top. But yeah, as you said, depending on where you are, what are the requirements, like, it's kind of really interesting to choose. I see that this Quactel has, let's say, all of the things embedded, which is like, if you probably want to start quickly and building out something, then you can just go with this. But if you probably need more control, then yeah, you should go with like BG24 or BG21, depending again on those requirements. So yeah, but
Yeah.
this is really interesting. It's a nice set of options and tools that you guys provide.
Yeah, and on that, like on the FSK side too, I just want to quickly mention, I know you're going to share it at the end with call to action, but we have an upcoming developer conference from Silicon Labs in August, the 22nd and 23rd, I believe, that we're going to have a couple different sessions on Amazon Sidewalk, and one of them includes a walkthrough of the developer journey, and it will also have some of that demo on one of those XG28 FSK plus BLE parts. So that will be part of our Works With developer event from Silicon Labs. And then there's also a panel on Amazon Sidewalk during that developer event. So I definitely, we'll share it. We'll have it as part of the next steps. But I encourage anyone that wants to learn more about Amazon Sidewalk. There'll be a great conversation in the panel, and then lots of learning. So
nice. Yeah, this is, I'm just looking. So there is a lot of information there. So it's pretty good to take a deeper dive with this. That all being said, so I mean, now like we looked at the hardware, and then probably people can choose depending on their needs. But when it comes to like the software development, firmware development in this situation probably is more appropriate. I remember you were mentioning that there is kind of like a IDE or something that's already exists that kind of can speed even that up. So maybe you can talk about that as well.
Yeah, sure. I guess we know developers have many different options and choices when it comes to choosing the right development environment, and we believe Simplicity Studio brings a lot of value and is the right choice for developing your Amazon Sidewalk device. And I guess a few just quick reasons why. It includes your programmer and debugger functions, so you don't have to worry about any kind of manual setup. It automatically recognizes the boards that you've purchased and it'll filter out sample apps that aren't applicable or that you don't need. It exposes some sample apps that are related to your hardware selection. And really, it saves time in installation, saves time in setup and configuration. And it links also directly into the private GitHub repositories. So it's always going to be updated with the latest in that SDK that you'll need for Amazon Sidewalk. So, many different reasons on why to use Simplicity Studio as your IDE. And, if you go to the developer journey in scilabs.com, you can sign up for a Scilabs account and get access to our community as well as that Simplicity Studio IDE environment.
Yeah, I mean, overall, like, again, from my experience as an embedded software engineer, it's always been like that initial step. It's like setting up, the hardware, setting up the IDEs or just a text editor or whatever you have. It's kind of like, cumbersome. And if you, I love that you guys kind of have all those toolings and you were actually thinking about, that specific persona to kind of speed up that process. So yeah, that's really interesting. But can you just maybe walk us through this process, or how does it work on a high level?
Yeah, you bet. Like you said, I mean, our goal is really to try to make developers and device makers' life as simple as possible. So in terms of the process for configuring like the Pro Kit with Simplicity Studio, the first thing to do is you create an account with Silicon Labs in order to gain access. And that includes, like I was saying, both to our developer community, the documentation library, and then the Simplicity Studio libraries. Then you download the full online installer, the latest version of that for Simplicity Studio, and you got to make sure to pick the right installer for your chosen PC operating system. Again, this is all part of that developer journey of making it really simple. All of that information is right there where you can see which installer based on your preference. And then, once you do that, then in just a few minutes, you're able to find the sample app for Amazon Sidewalk, create a project, access the necessary Amazon Sidewalk GSDK, and then build and run code for the project. So it's a pretty simple process, and I think we've done a good job. Some of my peers captured another quick video that shows how you can configure your ProKit to work with Simplicity Studio, and I think if it's okay with you, we could pull that up as well and just show a quick video.
Yeah, so
hi. In this short
Excellent.
video, we will be configuring ProKit for development with Amazon Sidewalk. We will install Simplicity SDK with Amazon Sidewalk extensions. We'll also install the Amazon Sidewalk Assistant adapter pack. Then we'll connect the ProKit to our PC, create and build a firmware project using Amazon Sidewalk examples, introduce the Amazon Sidewalk Assistant for AWS CloudFormation and Sidewalk device provisioning. Then we'll flash the Sidewalk manufacturing page and the app firmware to the ProKit. And then finally, we'll send and receive a message over the Amazon Sidewalk network. Okay, let's get started. First, we will install the 4.2.2 SDK.
And that continues
Choose
to be
the
updated.
Amazon Sidewalk extensions. Hit next. And next. And accept all agreements. With the 4.2.2 SDK installed with Sidewalk extensions, we have one additional step we need to do before we can get started. We need to install the Sidewalk Assistant adapter pack. To do that, we'll go to Preferences, Simplicity Studio, expand that, and choose Adapter Packs. And then we're going to add the adapter pack. So we go to our SDKs, and then the SDK that I need here is 9 for me. And then I go to Extensions, Tools, Sidewalk Assistant, hit Select. We can see that the Sidewalk Assistant is installed here. We click and say, and then click Apply and Close. Okay, now that we have everything installed, we want to connect the ProKit to our PC. You can see that the ProKit shows up under Debug Adapters.
nice.
Click on the ProKit. We get an overview page. And the next step we want to do is create a project, right? So we'll click on Example Projects. There's a lot of projects here, so we want to narrow it down with the keyword Sidewalk. Narrows it down to 6 projects, and we'll choose the first one, Bluetooth Hello Neighbor. Click Create, and then click Finish. Creating an
nice.
example project will automatically bring us to the IDE perspective. It will automatically bring up some files, a README file that describes the project file itself, and the Sidewalk Assistant file. Also, you'll see that we have the project itself under Project Explorer. To compile the project, we simply select the project and click on the Build tool. Now that the project has built successfully, the next step will be to use Amazon Sidewalk Assistant to deploy a cloud application. To do that, We'll click on Sidewalk Assistant, Cloud Infrastructure. We'll use this cloud formation template to create
Nice.
an Amazon Sidewalk stack. So we'll click Create Stack. We can see that the stack creation status is in progress. Creating a stack on Amazon Sidewalk can take several minutes. We hit the refresh button. We can see that our stack has been successfully created. The next step is going to be adding credentials to our Pro Kit. To do so, we'll click on In Device, select Device, choose our Pro Kit. Then we'll click on Create AWS Device and Manufacturing Page. Then we'll flash this page with the credentials to our device. You can see here that we have feedback that everything is matching and confirmed. The next step will be to flash the firmware from our project to the device as well. So we'll flash the hex file. Now that we have a hex file installed and we have the manufacturing page installed, the project is already up and running and connecting to Amazon Sidewalk through an Echo device. Okay, to wrap up this project, we're going to test it. So we've installed the manufacturing page with the certificates to the Pro Kit. We've also installed the application firmware. And in doing so, we've connected to the Sidewalk network through an Echo device on my desk. We're now going to use a MQTT test client to receive messages from the Pro Kit over the Sidewalk network. So we'll want to subscribe to a topic, and we're going to subscribe to a wildcard. So anything that we receive, we'll receive it. So we hit subscribe, and now we can see that there's no messages received yet. But if I click button 1, we can see that a message is received. And if I click it again, we can see that, yeah, the sequence number has advanced.
Yeah, this is excellent. I'm quite amazed. It's the first time I see that from a single place you actually work with the device and the cloud. Usually, I mean, like he said, like, okay, there is a cloud formation, so he presses the button, then cloud formation brings all the stack in the cloud. Usually you have to go out of this, go to the AWS console, upload a file, or use the AWS CLI or something like that. But this is like a seamless experience. It's amazing. It's the first time I've seen this. This is hopefully, you know, the IoT builders and the device builders kind of appreciate that as well. So
yeah, thank you.
This is pretty cool. Oh, excellent. Yeah, so I think we are kind of running out of time. So maybe, you know, before we kind of start wrapping things up, I'm kind of interested in this process of like qualifying the product. So once we, you know, have the hardware, have the software, we went through that pipeline as we see it, like a person developed their own thing. Like, what is the process of, what are the steps actually involved for qualifying a product for Amazon Sidewalk? And then, you know, how does Silicon Labs support this process?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll hit on it quickly because I know we're short on time. But as part of that developer journey, we link out to all of the qualification steps, so you can get that from the developer journey that we're providing from Silicon Labs. In terms of the steps, really, it's about defining a product that requires the capabilities of Amazon Sidewalk. It could be a new product. It could be adding functionality to an existing product. Then you go grab the sidewalk protocol specifications, the test specifications, and the qualification requirements documents, and agree to the sidewalk developer terms. You choose your silicon provider from the list of potential. Of course, we think Silicon Labs is the right choice here, but certainly there are some others. Visit that website and sign up for support. You purchase the developer kit, download the Sidewalk SDK like we just walked through, create the prototype product, and then you register the prototype as a development platform and obtain the development keys. And then you verify that the device complies with Sidewalk's requirements. This step's done by the developer to avoid unnecessary repeating tests at the test facility. You contact the Amazon Sidewalk test facility team, you ship them 3 device samples, work with the test facility in order to pass qualification, and then you submit the qualification fee and test evidence, and then obtain a Works with Amazon Sidewalk qualification badge. So pretty straightforward. Again, all of this is linked through our Silicon Labs developer journey and can be found through silabs.com in the pull down ecosystems.
Yeah. No, what you just explained is like a really kind of straightforward process. I remember in the past is like when you had to create 2 products, like your product and the gateway as well, and then you had to go through like all this testing and whatever not. And so yeah, this is kind of like more simplified version, so you can actually focus on just your product, especially when having all these toolings out of the box as we just seen. Yeah, so excellent. This is really good. And when it comes to manufacturing, I know that there are, we at AWS have like really strict requirements when it comes to security. So I don't know if there is some help from Silicon Labs on like how, and best practices perhaps, how the devices can provision themselves and ensuring all the security as well.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is to understand the required toolkit for manufacturing. So OpenSSL, Amazon Sidewalk signing tool, the UBHSM or hardware security module connectors. There's an NGINX web server that you need, and then provisioning script. And so when manufacturing your Sidewalk devices, each Sidewalk enabled device that joins the Sidewalk network, it must be provisioned with a Sidewalk device certificate. So that HSM, it's issued through the signing tool. There's 2 different components. There's a public portion of the device certificates that's or the Sidewalk certificate chain.
I see.
That includes all the Amazon root and path certificates and chain of trust and all that. And then there's also a private key or DAC that's stored in the device. And so the website, again, when you go there to see the steps, you essentially set up the host. So the contract manufacturer sets up the host, sets up those required tools on the host machines that are where you're going to manufacture a device. You provision with the CSR and the Sidewalk signing tool. And then step 3 is constructing and uploading the Sidewalk control log. So you have to work with uploading a CSV file to an S3 bucket and then provide the information to AWS IoT Core for Sidewalk bulk provisioning.
That's really cool. So, but what you mentioned do you also provide like this the tooling that goes on that host as well in that example? I have to take a look. I didn't get that part. Or
through Amazon Sidewalk, those all of the steps I was just talking about were outlined, but there's the prerequisite of those tools that you have to have. So some of them are provided through the system with the Sidewalk signing tool and provisioning script and so forth. So.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it. That's pretty cool. And so I mean, the like when you now mentioned all of this and like coming back from the embedded software developer background and looking all of this kind of developer kit and tooling, I think the devices and the use cases are going to be huge in the next years. So maybe I always like to end with some kind of future vision. So
Yeah.
maybe, you can talk about like, what are your predictions, or like, what do you see some of the potential applications and use cases?
Yeah, absolutely. As you can tell, I think we Silicon Labs and the Amazon Sidewalk team, we're very bullish on the outlook for this new network. We believe it opens the door to many new use cases and innovative IoT devices, whether inside the home, beyond the front door, into the neighborhood. While this new technology, and the Amazon Sidewalk team, AWS, and scaling partners like Silicon Labs, we're all committed to continuing and improving the solution. We are seeing really strong interest and new applications, and those include things like personal care products that automatically connect. We're seeing tracker devices for pet, e-bikes, telematics. We're seeing, loss prevention for things like scooter fleets and batteries used in scooters. We're seeing metering with electric and gas metering applications. Certainly a very common interest is around things like water and irrigation control in the yard. Outdoor pathway lighting, different types of sensors like flow sensors and soil sensors, outdoor cooking, just so many. I mean, some of them that I'm most excited about are like some of the health opportunities, storage tanks, and new battery powered sensors. But just in general, like the future looks very, very bright for Amazon Sidewalk, and AWS provides so many IoT services that once you get the data into the cloud, it unlocks endless possibilities. So, for me, I encourage you to take the next steps to take a look at the Silicon Labs developer journey for Amazon Sidewalk, which we shared the link. Attend the Silicon Labs Works with Developer Conference on August 22nd and 23rd, and the session with Sidewalk. The panel on Amazon Sidewalk. We also have and we have really great recorded tech talks on Amazon Sidewalk. There's a series of those. There's blogs. There's tons of information for developers. Our team's here to help. AWS here to help your customers and device makers. And again, Anand, thank you really for having me as part of this.
Yeah, no worries at all. Just before we kind of start closing this down, I like this this idea. It's like just came to me when you mentioned is the beforehand. Whenever you buy now a smart device, you kind of have to be a bit more techie. Let's put it that way, because you need to kind of provision it. Maybe it requires a gateway, maybe not, doesn't matter. But I can imagine now, like the use cases, what you mentioned is that, for example, for like just having the watering for your plants in terms of the house, you can have the same experience that you would with anything else that you buy in the house. Is like, okay, I just get like a small sensor, I put it in the let's say the plant soil, and it just works out of the box. Basically, you don't need too much gateways, whatever not. So that kind of like user experience gets advanced. So people are, I would say, more easier for them to kind of start purchasing this kind of new technologies and get them connected. So that's something that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and Ben Cook is going to be on that panel, so I look forward to talking more with him. Yeah, from AWS.
Yes. So let me share that as well. So this is really cool to kind of have it for the folks watching. So please kind of take a look at those panels. And you also mentioned that there are some blog posts. So let me add those as well, that kind of go over what we actually talked about. So one is kind of going over this Pro Kit, and then another one is kind of like expanding beyond the smart home, right? So
different use cases and
excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, this is really cool. I'm really looking forward to have those use cases and have new devices popping up. It's unfortunately not yet available in Europe where I live,
Yeah.
but hopefully that comes soon, and hopefully you guys also release same developer kit with same developer experience. I hope.
Yeah.
For the
I look
European
forward
market.
to that expansion as well. And Amazon is a great partner of ours across all different areas. So we're excited to work, collaboratively on growing Amazon Sidewalk. So
Excellent. Okay, anything else you wanted to mention for the end?
no, I think we're good. I think we covered it. And if any developers need help, please visit. There's a web forum on our Amazon Sidewalk developer journey. So if you have questions, I think most of them come to me first. So I will make sure to get it in the right hands of people that can
Nice.
help you. But yeah, we look forward to supporting device makers and developers in your Amazon Sidewalk journey.
Excellent. Thank you once again for coming by and then sharing all these things with us. I definitely was insightful for me. So yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Have a great day.
Excellent. Then yeah, talk to you and for the viewers as well. We will have a break over the summer, but then yeah, we'll connect afterwards. So thanks everybody, and then yeah, see you.